Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abiodun. I'm an admission manager at Amado Nigeria Limited. We are here again for another session with one of our trusted partners. Ma, can you introduce yourself to us?
Thank you. My name is Marian Kilu. I am the representative for Capilano University in Sub-Saharan Africa. And ideally, we support our students, partners, and parents as they go through that process and potentially come and start studying at Capilano.
Can you tell us some of the programs, highly ranked programs at University of Capilano that made them stand out among other universities in Canada?
Okay. So I would say about 4 or 5 different programs help us stand out. Firstly, I'd speak to our Bachelor of Motion Picture Arts. That is one of the best programs in Western Canada, and that is because our faculty are very well experienced, our facilities are state-of-the-art, and we ensure that students get hands-on experience right from the first day all the way until they are ready to join the industry. In addition to that, I would have our Early Childhood Care and Education program that is well supported by our former family center that has a variety of facilities, including research, our daycare center, as well as now the facilities that we have for our classes. When you look at our tourism program, I would say that also helps us stand out just because of where we are located. Vancouver is one of the most beautiful cities in Canada, and our tourism program offers that option for either hotels and resort or an option for adventure tourism. Lastly, I would also maybe speak to our kinesiology program, which looks at more of the sports science or health promotion. And because all these programs are very hands-on, it enables the students to get industry experience from faculty experts and set themselves up for success going forward. These are perhaps the ones that I would say help Capilano University stand out.
All right, thank you so much. So I would like to ask some more questions about the tuition fee payment plan and deposits. Mm-hmm. Can you expatiate more on the tuition fee, the deposits that is required, and the installment plan for the remaining balance?
Okay. So our average cost of tuition is approximately $24,000 a year Canadian. That means that for university, we are very well priced and we are very competitive. In addition to that, we have options that students are able to take. For example, once a student makes a deposit for their acceptance of an offer letter, the next time that they need to top up is at the point at which they're registering for their courses for the first semester, where they pay the first semester's tuition. After that, they're able to make a second payment now as they are preparing for their second semester. Students are able to make a deposit of $5,000 once they get their offer letter. After that, we send them their provisional attestation letter and their letter of acceptance. Those 2 documents are required for them to make their study permit application. Now, the next time that they are required to make payment is after they register for their courses for their first semester. That ideally means that a student is able to pay their tuition in 2 installments for their first year. First for the first semester and then for the second semester.
All right, thank you so much. Can you tell us the intakes available for admission at Capilano University?
Yes, we have 3 intakes. We offer the September intake, the January intake, and May intake. Now, not all programs have 3 intakes. Some have 2 intakes and some have just 1. But ideally, we are able to accept students throughout the year in the 3 intakes that we have.
Also, can you tell us about the admission processes? How to go about it as an international student, a student registering from Nigeria? Mm-hmm. Can you tell them how to go about the admission processes?
Okay. So for the admission, ideally, we recommend students to work with partners such as yourself. So, for example, when a student maybe comes to you at Amadav, they are able to get support with their application, which is done through Education Planner for the British Columbia province. We typically charge about $135 Canadian, but if the student is working through you, then we are able to offer an application fee waiver.
All right, thank you.
So after that, the student submits the application. They are able to get feedback within either 7 days depending on the program, such as business, or sometimes it could be about 1 month depending on the program, for example, such as kinesiology, or for example, such as early childhood care. After they get their feedback, they get an offer letter. On the offer letter, they pay a deposit to accept the offer letter. That's for about 5,000 Canadian dollars. After which, once the student has made that payment, they get their provisional attestation letter and their letter of acceptance. Now, these are two of the documents that they need to submit their study permit application.
Right.
Now, when the student works with you, some of the benefits is that they do get additional support in submitting a strong study permit application. So once they have those two documents and they get some support now from the AMADAV team, they are able to submit a study permit application, and thereafter it's now just to wait for the feedback from the IICC, and they can start to prepare for their journey to Vancouver.
All right, thank you so very much. Okay, I would like to ask, what are the scholarship and financial aid available for students, international students like Nigeria from Capilano University?
Okay, so we are able to offer one main scholarship is what perhaps I would speak to, and that is in the area of sports. So for example, if a student is able to try out or is recruited by our coaches to play for one of our either basketball, volleyball or football teams, either in men or in women's teams, they are able to apply for a sports scholarship. That scholarship is open to all international students, but it is competitive. So if a student is successful in their application for the scholarship, they could potentially get amount of that could be maybe even up to about $16,000 towards their tuition.
Thank you so very much. So what are the supports that Capilano University render to international students like Nigeria? Maybe well-being, mental health, academic success and innovation. So what are the supports students should be expecting from Capilano University?
Okay. That is actually one of our key areas that we actively support students, because this is so important. Now, when you look at the academic side, we have student academic advisors who are able to support students in learning how to be able to submit for example, their assignments. When they go to university, how the assignments are required, a little bit different from what is required maybe when they're in high school. So we have a team that is available at our international center where they are able to work with students, they're able to support them so that the student is being set up for success right from the first semester all the way to their final year. When we look at the aspect of well-being and general student success, we have a mentorship program where a second-year student, for example, is able to take on a new first-year student, and they almost act like a big brother or a big sister, and they help them settle in right from day one. We also have our transition officers who support our students even before they travel to Vancouver. And that is where maybe if the student needs a bit of support with identifying where they were going to be staying, if it's an on-campus accommodation, they also support our students in learning perhaps how to sign up for their medical as well. And even if they're coming in for winter, for example, for their winter intake, they are able to also guide them a bit on that, so they are able to be well prepared before they come in. The beauty of this is that it is not just support before they arrive. It is support before they arrive, it is support while they are there during the first semester and all the way until their final year. They're able to get this support services from our international team at the International Center.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. So the last question I would like to ask, what pieces of advice you like to give to Nigerian students who want to study abroad?
Firstly is to plan early so that you can be able to submit your application to the school early, and then also to submit your study permit application early. Thereafter would be, as you are preparing to travel, is to ensure that you are in touch with, say now, the AMADAV team to help us be able to guide you in terms of registration for the courses, meeting the deadlines, as well as attending the pre-orientation webinars that are always very helpful and preparing students before they travel. Those are probably the 3 things that I would advise international students as they're preparing to make their way to Vancouver.
Heard from our wonderful representative from Capilano University, and I can assure you that Capilano University is one of the best and highly ranked universities in Canada. Is the best for you, and you can come to us at Amadov Nigeria Limited. We are here for you to help you with your application process, from your admission process to your visa process. I can assure you, and for the last 2 years, we've had 100% visa success rate for Canada. Please subscribe to our channel, and you can visit our website at www.amadovnigeria.net. We are here for you for any assistance you need, and please don't forget, Capilano University is one of the best universities for you. And you can only get through this when you visit Amadov Nigeria Limited.